Hello, YouTube. It's your girl Keisha Larger, and I'm back with another video. I said I'm back with another video. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing great, doing it to their fullest, and doing the most. All right, so I just thought I'd come on here and just give a little different something on YouTube. So anyway, so I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video at this point, but I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into it. So my first heartbreak was from Jamia's father. I came home from work one day and all his stuff was going out the house. I came home, I was on the couch, I was chilling, and I noticed this game was gone. So I'm like, that's strange. And so I look in his closet, because something said this fool gone, because he loved that game. So I go to look in the closet, and all his stuff is going out the closet. I go look for it still won't sink in. I go look for his shoes gone, it still won't sink in. I'm like, well, if his coat is gone, then he gone. Coat's gone. Heart broke, okay? This fool wind up, he was messing with a girl, which he wound up having 2 kids with, 2 sons. He was messing with a girl on his job that actually worked at the office. It was like 2 sections to his job. And the one side was where you could go and you get in contact with people. So, I was young in love. We was messing with each other from like my teenage years. And then it ended when I was about 20 or 21. But yeah, so I would take him lunch to his job and everything, and I would take and that same girl would be the one that worked in the office, and sometimes she would call him to come down to get his lunch, and sometimes she would tell me, that he was too busy, she couldn't get a hold of him, and so I would leave his lunch with her. So yeah, whole time girl sleeping with my man, crazy, and she wound up having 2 kids with him, 2 sons. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with that. That broke my heart. When I tell y'all, I couldn't even listen to the radio, and that was the time when Brian McKnight was out. Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. Man, that song, oh my God. I couldn't even listen to the radio. My heart was so broke. So that was my first heartbreak. So, fast forward 20s, I'm in relationships and stuff, and I was seeing this guy named Frank from Delaware, right? And so things had got to the point where I was just like, my family was having a barbecue, so I took him to my cousin Dee Dee was having a barbecue at her house, so I invited him to come to the barbecue. So he came through, I introduced him to the family or whatever, I introduced him to the family, and we having a good old time. Well, I want to say like that next week or something, my cousin Dee Dee is the type of person, she don't come outside, she don't do nothing, but she know everybody business. I'm sure everybody got somebody like that in their family. They look like a hermit, but they know everybody business and be all up in everybody business. So I get a phone call early in the morning from my mom, and or was it late night? I'm not sure. But anyway, I get a phone call from my mom telling her that my cousin Dee Dee had just called her and told her, that sounds like a lot, but my cousin Dee Dee called my mom and told my mom that the guy that I brought to the barbecue, he seen him going into her neighbor's house, which lived like a few doors down. Now, at the time, not too many people was driving Chrysler 300s. And he drove a black Chrysler 300, the one with the Hemi. And plus, he was like real short, unique looking, so, he stood out. So I'm like, oh, really? I hung up the phone with my mom. I go get my neighbor, V, right? And I'm like, V, I want you to take a ride with me, okay? I told her what was going on. So I grabbed out my house. I grabbed eggs, honey, syrup, and the flour. I grabbed those 4 items, okay? Because I'm about to go mess up his car, okay? The whole neighborhood gonna know that she's with somebody's man, and he gonna come outside and he gonna drive home, and everybody gonna know what he did, okay, when I get done with him. So I go up there, I see his car, and I always know he always kept his windows cracked. He always kept his windows cracked. So I took the eggs and I threw them just so they can get inside that crack of the window on both sides of the car. Then I took the honey. Now, I was young. I just want y'all to know this. I was young. I took the honey and I squeezed it all down, like where you roll your windows up. I squeezed it down in that crack on all 4 of the windows. Squeezed it, squeezed it, squeezed it. Then I took the syrup and I did it to the front of the car, like down, this is the front windshield. I did it down, squeezed all the syrup in there. And then I took the flour and I just finished it off. Just finished it off. The whole car. Okay. And then, my cousin Didi gonna have the nerve to call me and be like, why you do that to his car? Why you think I did that to his car? Are you crazy? So later on, I rolled past. After he left, it was a whole cutout of where you could see his car was, and the flour was all around it. Okay. So, okay, and another relationship, I was messing with somebody, I'm not going to say his name, man oh man, but I'm telling you, that loving was good. Now, that loving was good. So, I want to say to this day, he probably was the best lover I had. He was the best lover I had, hands down. So he didn't come home by a certain time. I go get my same friend, my ride or die. I go get her. She hop in the car with me. We go down some village, okay? The little area was called some village. It's funny how small towns have smaller parts of it, and it's called something different. So we ride down some village. I'm looking for him because he got a friend. I know he'd be at a friend house that got a pool table that lived down there. So I automatically assumed that he was at this friend house, right? So I go down there. I see his car. Now notice I'm doing air quotes. I see his car. I try the doors. It's unlocked. So I take his radio. I take the stuff out of his glove compartment. I take his CDs and stuff. And then I take the tag off his car. Okay, so I got all this stuff, and I put it in V trunk. I didn't want to leave it in my house or, on my personal stuff. So I ain't leave it in my car or nothing. I'm scared to death down in some village doing this mess. So I go home. Later on, he comes home, and he kissed me. Hey, babe, and I'm like. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for him to say something like about his tag missing, his radio missing, his CDs missing. He says nothing, okay? Y'all, can y'all believe it was the wrong car? I did it to the wrong car. So many people in Chester drive the same freaking car. It wasn't even his car that I did it to, but I was still pissed. It was not even his car. Okay. Let me think. What else have I done? Just being young, playing on phones. That's it. I remember it was this real cute pilot that used to stay at my job, at a previous job. Real cute. Oh my God. And I remember me and my cousin, I was young, okay? Me and my cousin called this room and was saying all this nasty stuff to him. And then, I didn't even talk. But I guess just from what we were saying, the guy was like, is this Keisha? Me and my cousin looked at each other. Mind you, we was young and dumb, just doing it to the most. But, I don't do things like that no more. I don't. I'd rather just walk away. I'm not even going... I'm not even going to go through none of that. But do y'all believe Jamia dad still used to try to get something from me after he left me like that? Like, I never let him. That's TMI, but ain't that crazy how a man can think he could do a woman a certain way and still think he can, come in and do whatever he want to do with you and then go back with her? And he tried for years, y'all. He tried for years. And it was like, no. Are you kidding me? The way you hurt me? But, every woman is not that strong, and I'm not saying, that I'm any better because I was able to just be like, heck to the no. But you ain't just going to do me away. But I was also in a relationship where I had changed a lot about myself. This is a different relationship. I had changed a lot about myself. And, you know, I do dress, like to dress flashy. Back then I was younger, so I was wearing like all the little stuff, the color hair and stuff. And I had like literally changed myself for this man. And I can remember breaking up, and I started going out again. And when I would go to get dressed, it wouldn't be nothing in there that said Keisha. Nothing in my closet said Keisha. And that was scary to me. So I started yanking all the stuff out the closet, and I threw all that mess away so I can find Keisha again. But I will never change myself for a man. It's not worth it. Do not change yourself for a man. I couldn't even find me in my closet. I was wearing all these long skirts and long sleeve shirts and all this and that. And I'm not saying don't cover your body, but you know, when you young, you can wear shorts. Like, come on now. You can wear tank tops, but this man was like totally against it. But yeah, but I was in a long-term relationship with him. And yeah, but I'll never change myself for a man. But I'll just figure, you know, to share those stories with you. I'm sure everybody got like, you know, some breakup stories. Sure. And like, I'm from Chester, and it's like right outside of Philly. And if you do a girl wrong, you getting them tires poked. I remember going with my sister, and I guess it's my family. Like, she didn't even poke his tires. Her kid's dad. We we rode the scratchy house. Her kid's dad, and she just let the air out the tire. She took the top off, and she stuck something in the little thing, and you could hear the tire going. She let the air out of all four of his tires. It's like, we're not gonna make you spend like no significant amount of money, you know. I guess she did the same thing I did. It wasn't like I wanted to go bust a man tires or bust up his car or anything like that, but I just want to get my point across. You hurt me, and people gonna know you hurt me. And she said when he came out, he called her. He knew exactly who did it. But yeah, anyway, I hope these stories made you laugh. If not, I don't mean to offend you, but you know, I look back on it and I'm just like the growth in me, I tell you, because I'll just walk away. I'll look at you like you're stupid and walk away, because I'm a good woman, okay? And if you want to be out here fighting and bopping and trotting, then you go right on ahead, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's my video for today. I wish everyone love, peace, and soul sake. Love, peace, and prosperity. Thank you for watching my video.